What they do, what it is, this is Orion aka Brass Balls, another deep dive tape stash extravaganza for you and yours. And before we take this plunge, please subscribe to the YouTube channel Orion Hip Hop, where you can peep previous episodes as well as goodies from my stash of music, along with a whole bunch of other things that are hip hop related as always. But without further ado, let me quit the talking. Let me put my swimming trunks on, cause we about to take this dive. Feel me on this one, cause this is that summer vibe thing. This is Groove Theory. For those that don't know, this is the group that is quintessential to your 1995 R&B meets hip hop vibes. The group was made up of Amel Larrieux, the singer, and the producer Bryce Wilson. The two came out with an incredible album that to this day, if you're from my generation or the generation right before mine, this album makes a lot of your summer playlists, or even not just summer, any season at that. Just really timeless music that they captured on this release of theirs. Now, let me just get into them too as artists themselves, because unfortunately they only gave us one project and they never collaborated again for another Groove Theory release. Bryce Wilson, the incredible talented producer that he was, got his start actually with the infamous Mantronics. He was the MC for the group in 1990, I believe, in their third release. This should move y'all. Around that time, he was known as Bryce Lover. So the dude was no stranger to the industry by the time 94, 95 rolled around. Amel Larrieux went on to release solo albums after Groove Theory. I believe she released either 4 or 5 albums, and still very much out there doing her thing. There's been talks about Groove Theory getting back together and releasing another album, but that has never come into fruition as of yet. Although I know a lot of R&B hip-hop fans would definitely love to see that. Now, there was an album that was supposed to come out under Columbia Records called The Answer. Unfortunately, it was shelved, and it did not feature Amel Larrieux as the singer. It featured some singer by the name of Makita Davis and Bryce Wilson's production. But unfortunately, that album got shelved. There was a single that got released that didn't do too good, and it is what it is. But we ain't talking about that album. We ain't talking about the album itself of Groove Theory, where this track is from. We talking about this tape single. Now, this tape single is Baby Love. Baby Love was kind of like the third or fourth single off of this incredible album. The real smash out hit from this album is a song called Tell Me, and that's really what blew them up and got them on the charts and all of that. So go check out Tell Me if you don't know about that. But all my real heads that come from back in the days know exactly what I'm talking about, because every DJ will be down to play that Tell Me track, especially if you're doing some type of pool vibes. That is the quintessential song for pool vibes, if I will say so myself. The group unfortunately had some turmoil, power struggle going on. There's a halftime chat is an incredible YouTube channel, and Bryce Wilson gave a really great interview on that, where he really tapped into and got into some in-depth details. This single that I got in front of you right now, Baby Love, got on side 1, it's got the Summer Groove mix, which I love a lot more than the LP version of this track. The LP version of this track got that traditional hip-hop feel on the drums, but I just feel like that Summer Groove one is where it's at, and I wish that would have made the album, to be honest with you. Now, Keep Trying is the side B of this, and it's got the hip-hop mix. And I had to really dive into this one, man, because this track actually samples Scarface, Never Seen a Man Die. I covered Scarface's track, Never Seen a Man Die, on a previous deep dive tape stash episode. It's one of my favorite Scarface tracks, and it looks like Bryce Wilson sampled that and gave it a whole different feel. And as dope as this track Keep Trying is, I'm sorry, man, that Never Seen a Man Die by Scarface should not be touched most of the time, and I can't see it in the light of a smooth R&B joint. That song to me is too deep for that. And if this one actually features a rapper that I never heard of up until doing this deep dive, and he goes by the name of Royal C. Royal C was signed to Epic Street, and now it makes sense that he was featured on this because Groove Theory was signed to Epic Records. So I guess they kind of wanted to get somebody from the label on this group that was bubbling. I just don't understand, if you're going out of your way to do that as the label, why wouldn't you put Keep Trying Hip Hop Mix featuring Royal C? Like, why wouldn't you put that, just to push the artist that you were trying to push? Why would you keep it as this like mystery that your boy Orion gotta go on Discogs and figure out and everything, like the detective I am? Now, Royal C did release an album with Epic Street, and it was produced, much to my surprise, by Colin Wolf. And if you don't know who Colin Wolf is, this guy was an essential role in the early Death Row Dr. Dre sound. If you look at the liner notes to The Chronic, he played a lot of bass, a lot of guitar. He was like a session studio player and very much a part of that. Later on, he would go to Atlanta, work with Dallas Austin, Eric Sermon, a bunch of people that were out there in Atlanta, TLC, and the Dungeon Family. Hootie Who, he played bass on for Outkast, and Dirty South, he played guitar. He's credited as playing guitar on Dirty South by Goody Mob off their Soul Food album. Just a little nugget I gotta throw out there. The last song I want to talk about on this tape cassette is the Dream Sequence mix of Keep Trying. Pretty dope. Got that R&B vibes, chimes going in and out and everything. That's cool. It's not a bad tape to have. I wish this tape would have had some instrumentals though. That would have been dope to have. I had to fix this tape, as a matter of fact, because I copped this at Musician's Discount. It's a dope store that's off of Caribbean Boulevard by US 1 down south. You feel me? But I love going there today. They got mad records, and they got some tapes that I rummaged through, and this is one of the ones that I found. Unfortunately, the little old card needed some gluing, so you know what your boy does. You know what I'm saying? I can't let that shit just sit there like that in my collection. So, closing out, Bryce Wilson, after Groove Theory, did keep doing his thing on the production tip. Tony Braxton was somebody that he produced hits for, and that was even his boo. So mad props to you, bro, for locking that down for however long you locked that down. He also worked with Mary J. Blige, went on to work with Beyonce, and made a lot of loot. You feel me? And like I said, Amel Larrieux definitely did her thing. You can go check her out online. Yeah, and that's what it is. I hope you enjoyed this plunge with me. Join me for the next one. Drop a comment, like, share, repost. Tell your friends. Let them know where you hear the good shit. Orion Hip Hop is that YouTube channel. Peace.